Hello and welcome back to the Cocked Ice. In this week's conversion video, we're tackling the Space Wolves, so let's take it away. With the release of 9th edition, GW has made available these rather fantastic Assault Intercessors, and these guys are absolutely perfect for Space Wolves. I'm pretty sure if these guys had been around for the beginning of 8th edition, I'd have been collecting a Space Wolf army by now. I'm a huge fan of the Wolves. They've got fantastic lore, great characters, really unique look, and so much conversion potential. So the first job tonight is build up some of your Intercessor. We'll get his body together. I'm going to give him his bolt pistol arm because I'm not really going to change that much. Oh yes I am. I'm going to change that shoulder pad. So get his body done, and then I'm going to stick him on a base, and while he dries just a little bit, I shall get his shoulder pad sorted out. So first thing I'm going to do on this guy is swap out this rather plain shoulder pad for this rather cool wolf skull shoulder pad. Shoulder pad swaps on easy to build kits are dead easy. Just get a pair of clippers, and we're just going to clip off the old shoulder pad and try and follow this inner line. I'll just work our way around the outside as well. Test fit time. It's still a little too big. I'm going to go with it with a knife. So all we need to do is start shaping this round. Okay, after much snipping, scraping and slicing, we have a shoulder pad that fits nicely over the arm. So we'll pop this guy together now. Well, as you can see, his connected post just sticks through a little bit, so we'll just clean that up. There we go, and pop his new shoulder pad on. There you go, that's a pretty good fit there. So this guy's moving forward with this chainsword. I thought it'd be pretty cool if we swapped the chainsword out for this axe. This is just from one of the Space Wolf kits for normal Marines. And power axes are pretty damned awesome, so we'll have a power axe on him. First job is to take the hand off. So, quick slice, not a snip in this case. Get his hand off. I'm going to swap that in for this Indomitus style mitten that he's got, which I don't really need for this guy. So we're going to work our way around and slice this off here. So first of all, I'll just take it around his thumb. While I'm doing this, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this Indomitus Crusade badge from his arm, and we'll give him something more Space Wolfy. So to make sure this fits in here, because obviously it's going to stick on at a bit of an angle here, we need to embed this just a little bit into this vambrace, I think it's called. So we need to make this bit here a little flatter and rounder, so that we can stick the hand straight on it. There we go. A few slices and a bit of scraping. You see we've pulled that out a little bit, and we've almost got enough room to get our hand in there now. There we have it. With a little more scraping and cutting, we've got a hand that will fit perfectly on this side. If you look on this side, you can see it's tucked in nicely behind there. And we now have a axe-wielding Fenrisian wolf. Okay, to replace the Indominus symbol on his back, we're going to take off this belt buckle here and attempt to wrap that around his arm. So first of all, let's go with a fairly big knife. Not too worried about the chest piece on this. And then we need to work this in so it fits. So we'll just remove a chunk of this material here. Once you've got it as thin as you can with a knife, we're going to take a rounded file to it and just keep working in at it. We want to get this down to about probably under 1mm thick. And then every now and again, give it a little test fit. When you manage to get this as thin as you possibly can, just test fit it again. That's probably only 1mm and a bit thick. If I take it much further, I think I'm going to break it. So we'll stick that on now and shape it in. Once this has had a bit of time to dry, we'll pull these side bits in a little bit. Make sure they glue in as well. So we'll give that a little bit of time to dry off. While we're doing that, we'll go back to our Intercessor. So obviously, he's not very wolfy at the moment. So the next thing we're going to add is we're going to take this wolf pelt from here and add it to his belt here. Now I'm actually going to cut it above the belt on this guy. Not because I particularly want the belt, but because the pelt goes just up to here. So we'll trim this back and do a quick test fit on him. So we see where we need to start cutting. So actually I think I can take almost all of this off. And just testing it to see where we fit it. Obviously we have to move a bit. And then we'll take this little bit off his groin here, because you're not going to be able to see this piece because it'll be hidden underneath the wolf pelt. So we'll glue that in as well. We can tidy up these little gaps here and here afterwards with a little patch of green stuff. That's a couple of tiny dabs and a little bit of poking just with a knife. That doesn't need anything particularly special. Next up, we want to add this guy a head. Just going to test this arm. Pop his arm on, and I've picked a rather cool top knotted head from Space Wolf set. If you collect Space Wolves already, no doubt you'll have absolutely loads of these heads hanging about, and if you don't, then you really can pick them up for pennies, or 99p a time, off eBay or a number of different bits sellers. So he's starting to come together nicely now. We'll add a backpack on and add a few more wolfy bits to him. As with any good melee troop, nobody goes into battle without at least a spare blade, so we're just going to drop this Space Wolf dagger around the back of him here. And to complete the look, we need two final pieces. We're going to give him a wolf's tail, and we'll give him a wolf's tail just hanging off the butt of his pistol here. So these wolf's tails come in loads and loads of different Space Wolf kits. All we're going to do is just flatten the top of this off just a tiny amount, then drop it onto the butt of his pistol. And finally, I think he needs some kind of wolf teeth, totems, trophies, that's the word I want. So we're going to grab these off this belt loop here. Now all we want here is just to slice very carefully. Just slice very carefully right against the old Space Marines belt. And this rather fine set of trophies we're just going to drop on just underneath his chest, just here. And there we have it. Our Space Wolf Assault Intercessor is complete. There's a painted version of him coming up right now. So thank you very much for joining us once again here at Cocked Dice. We will see you again soon. Good night.